head to Vegas, talk a little golf. The PGA Tour going there for the Shriners Children's Open with Jason Sobel from the Action Network. I'm Adam Kaufman. Jason, how's it going, man?
It'd be a lot better if I was in Vegas right now.
Yeah, that wouldn't be so bad at all. But, you know, we have got a whole bunch of people, 30 in particular, that are there in Vegas getting set for a tournament that is going to be pretty exciting. 15 of the top 30 golfers in the world, as a matter of fact, are out there participating in this thing. And you know, as we dive in deep, you know, obviously the Ryder Cup in recent memory and some of the Americans that were coming off success at that event are part of this one as well. You look at the DraftKings Sportsbook, some of the guys who stand out, obviously, Brooks Koepka, the favorite to win this event. He is plus 1,600. Then you have Scotty Scheffler at plus 2,200, Harris English plus 2,500. If you were to drill down on these Ryder Cup teammates, who do you like best?
Bang Brooks, marry Scotty, kill Harris. Would you like me to elaborate on that?
Please, yes, a little more detail. That would be great.
Okay, well, so Brooks Koepka, he's the high ceiling, low floor guy. We never know exactly what we're going to expect from Brooks, depending on how motivated he is. He might just go out for a weekend in Vegas and want to kind of hang out there a little bit and, you know, not really be playing his best golf. Or he might say, you know what, I feel like winning this week. I'm going to treat it like a major, and he'll go out and win this golf tournament. So he's got the high ceiling, low floor. Scotty Scheffler, I absolutely love this week. I think buoyed by that 2-0-1 record in the Ryder Cup, beating Jon Rahm in Sunday singles. He's the guy that I really have my eye on this week. I like him a lot. And Harris English, sort of masked by the Ryder Cup spoils. He got to be the guest picker on College Game Day last week. And, you know, he's got, kind of good vibes off a really good season. He only had one win. He went 1-2-0 in the Ryder Cup, and then didn't finish better than 17th in any of the three playoff events right before it. Hasn't played since the Ryder Cup, so doesn't have a great record. Only 2 top 30s and 7 career starts in Vegas. He is a fade for me this week.
Oh, let's make sure we tell Brooks whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Let's keep going with this thing.
He knows.
He knows. Between Louis Oosthuizen and Webb Simpson, Abraham Ancer, obviously you got 3 guys coming in at plus 1,800 to win. Who stands out there?
All right, so we'll bet. No, okay, I won't do it again.
So let's see.
All right, Louis is the guy that I'm going to eliminate first. You've got to go low at this one. Louis is not a guy that often goes really low, plays his best golf in major championships, also tends to play his best golf in those summer months. Yeah, we like him from April through July. We don't necessarily love him at other times of the year. Webb Simpson has played really well at this one in the past, a past champion, and I do like him. I think he's a little bit of an X factor. Not exactly sure what we're getting on a weekly basis from Webb right now. Abraham Ancer is the guy that I really have my eye on. Ancer has finished tied for 4th in 2 of the last 3 editions of this event. And I will say that his maturity level, as far as his career, not personally, but just as far as his game has matured over the last few years, he is a much better, much more accomplished player as a PGA Tour champion right now than he was a few years ago. So I really like Ancer, who's a good course horse type of player.
Jason, I'm going to mix it up on you because this time I'm only going to reference one guy to throw at you for your thoughts. So that's Sam Burns, of course, last week's championship at the Sanderson Farms Championship, last week's champion, I should say. He comes into this one plus 2,500 to repeat, make it back-to-back weeks. You think he can do it?
He can, sure, but no, I'm not betting on Sam Burns this week. I mean, it's really hard to go back-to-back, and granted, he was the tournament favorite last week. Sort of an inferior field. I've got no problem. Take nothing away from Burns. I love the fact that he's playing in these events and trying to get accustomed to winning, which I think he's going to do a lot on the PGA Tour over the next 10 or 15 years. Sort of like Colin Morikawa did a couple of years ago at the Barracuda Championship, and other players over the past few years, young players have played in fields where, hey, I can look around and see that I'm the best player in the field. That won't happen this week. Like you said, 15 of the top 30 in the world. Sam Burns, of course, is one of them. He's moved up to 18th in the world. All good things for Burns. I just don't see him going back-to-back.
You know, normally we don't wait this long to talk about the guy who's actually the defending champ at the event, but why not sprinkle him in, right? That's Martin Laird. Now, he comes in plus 15,000 to win this thing. Now, maybe a little bit more reasonable bet, top 20 finish at plus 550. Is that something you feel a little bit better about?
He could talk me into a top 20, I suppose, but no, he's not a guy that I really have my eye on. Although TPC Summerlin is a place where guys tend to play well there year after year. If you play well at Summerlin, you play well there again and again and again. He's a two-time champion of this one, so obviously he likes playing desert golf. He's accustomed to it, but he's not really on my radar screen this year.
All right. Favorites, long shots. Normally, obviously, we need to, converge and bring those two together. So let's get your favorite long shots here for this one. What do you think?
Okay. One stat that I always like looking at is final round ball striking from the previous event for those players who are going back-to-back and playing two in a row. And looking at Sunday at the Sanderson Farms, Brendan Steele figured something out with both his driver and his irons. He led the field in strokes gained tee to green, led the field in strokes gained on approach shots, and really it wasn't close between him and the next closest competitor. So I like him to stay hot as he goes into the desert. I think he's going to have a good week. And then speaking of the desert, anytime we get into these conditions, it's Scott Piercy's bread and butter. He has 9 top 25s in 12 career starts in his hometown of Las Vegas. I expect him to have a really good week as well.
Who are you going to fade this time around?
It's a guy we mentioned earlier. I don't have a whole lot of big fades this week. My medium fade is Harris English. Again, played well at the Ryder Cup, didn't play great. It was kind of masked by the fact that his other 11 teammates all played really well. And I get that Harris has had such a good last year and a half or so playing the best golf of his career, but he's not a guy that I'm looking at this course at this time right now. I think he'll get it back. This isn't a full year Harris English fade, but for this week, yeah, he's not really on my radar.
The Shriner Children's Open. It's all about the kids here, Jason. So you're going to pick a young guy to win this thing? Who's your guy?
Yeah, I'll go with a young guy. In fact, a guy looking for his first career win. You know, Adam, past champions who have won for the first time in Vegas include Tiger Woods, Jim Furyk, Kevin Na, Patrick Cantlay. That's a pretty good list. We've seen other events where there are a lot of first-timers who win, but not necessarily first-timers of those kind of pedigrees. And so I like a guy who's going to win for the first time and keep winning for years to come. No, it's not Will Zalatoris, although I do like him. Scotty Scheffler, again, buoyed by that Ryder Cup success that he had a few weeks ago, beating Jon Rahm for a second time this year in a singles match. I think Scotty Scheffler is primed to go out and win on the PGA Tour for the first time. He's got a tremendous amount of confidence right now. The ball striking is good. I can see him going really low this week.
I always feel like a winner when I get to chat with Jason Sobel. Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks, buddy.